Hey, what's up everybody? This is Dirty Z. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a video tutorial on how to set up a live stream using XSplit and Justin TV or Twitch TV. It's actually the same thing. So anyways, let's start out with the two programs you will need. Well, actually one program you'll need. The one program you will need is called XSplit Broadcaster. The best way to get it would be go to xsplit.com. From there, you want to go to register now and go ahead and type in your email, retype it, full name, choose a screen name, whatnot, and then go to join now. Once you join, email will be sent to your email address and you'll have to verify your account. Once you've verified your account, you'll go ahead and download the XSplit Broadcaster. Once you download it, go ahead and install it. It's pretty self-explanatory installation. You'll just install it to your program files folder. And yeah. So you've downloaded XSplit, you got XSplit ready. From there, you'll need to set up a Twitch.tv account, also known as Justin TV. From there, you'll go to Twitch and go ahead and create an account. I'm already logged in, so I'm not exactly sure. I'll go ahead and log out. So if you don't have an account, it's your first time coming to the site, just go to sign up, and then you choose sign up, and I think they even send you an email too. So they'll send you an email. Go ahead and if you have to verify your account. From there, I'm just gonna go to login and dirtyz125 and my password. So I'll go to login and never remember for this site. So I'm logged in now, okay? From here you can actually view your channel. If you posted videos before, you can actually just go to here and go to videos, and you can see the videos that you have posted in the past, how many views they got, whatnot. So from here, I've only actually live streamed a couple times. I'm actually looking at doing it more and getting a channel started up, so be on the lookout for that in the near future. So anyways, once you have XSplit downloaded and a Twitch account, it's pretty simple from there. What you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and launch XSplit Broadcaster. Now before I continue any further, I do want to mention I am using a not very powerful machine to do my live streaming with, meaning I am not able to live stream my PC games in 720p. I am using the Core i5 2.53 quad-core 2.53 gigahertz quad-core processor. So that's 4 processors running at 2.53 gigahertz. Not very powerful, considering there is processors running at 4 gigahertz nowadays. But if you are using a machine similar to mine, or are not using a very powerful machine, maybe these settings will work for you and help you out on your live stream. So with that said, we'll go ahead and log into XSplit, and you just enter your email address and your password, log in. It takes a little while to log in. Also, this error message you will not get. There is 2 versions of XSplit. There is the what I call the light version, and that's the free version. I call it light because it has many of the features disabled. You can't stream in 1080p, and you can't go above 25 frames per second. and also you can't add a direct source such as like a game that runs off the directory or DirectX, like 9 software. Uh, you'll run into problems running games doing unless you do a Windows mode on your resolution. So, with that said, you launch up XSplit, and by the time it gets done loading, it'll probably look something like this. Okay, from here, we are not going to bother. It says you got to add blah 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 blah. First thing we want to do is let's go ahead and set up our let's set up our XSplit broadcaster to be able to communicate with Justin TV / Twitch TV. So you've already created your account. If you don't have one, I believe it'll be add channel right here. So I don't have that. I already have a channel added. So anyways, I just went to edit channels, and it brings me to this. Real quick, I just want to also do one thing. You want to make sure disable arrow theme is checked, because if not, it'll only allow you to stream at a certain frames per second, and I believe it's 22. It might, I could be wrong, it might be higher, but I keep that disabled because I just found that to be the best. Some of these options, if you're in the light version, may not even be available. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and set up your channel. If it's your first time adding a channel, you'll go to add, and it'll give you a list. And if, like I told you, we already signed up for a Twitch TV account, so you'll go to Twitch TV. From here, you'll enter your username. Mine's DirtyZ125, and it'll automatically type that as your channel. It may take a while. It took a little while for my channel to actually set up. I would go and type my username and channel wouldn't even show up, so it may take a little while with Twitch TV to get it set up, so be patient. So from there, you just enter your password, yada yada yada. Video encoding. Okay, I'm gonna back out because I'm gonna show you the settings that I use for my Twitch TV account. So I'm gonna go into my settings and go to edit. Location, you're going to want to use what's closest to you, and you'll be able to test that within this program. So I have Dallas. I'm in Kansas, so Dallas is, of course, closest to me. Okay, as far as video encoding goes, a lot of this is going to look how it looks when you first bring it up, okay? Your preset, I leave it at XSplit default. Now, like I said, I'm only able to stream in 480p. So I just leave this how it is, and it seems to be doing the job. Quality, I've messed around with this several times, from 10 to 9 to 8 to all the way down to 0. And to be honest with you, when I have it not set is when I see the best results. So I have it at not set. From there, you're going to see VBV max bitrate. Okay, now basically what this means is your internet connection, you have an upload and a download speed. When you are streaming, it is going to use upload. So you got to keep in mind you're also going to be streaming and playing a video game. So that's going to use, a video game is going to use, some bandwidth as well. So what you want to do is use something that's, no greater than 70% of your total upload speed. You can go to speedtest.net, just type speedtest in Google, and you can find a way to determine your upload rate, and mine happens to be 5 megabyte upload. So at 2, I'm only using what's 2 out of 5, what, 35-40%, not even that. That's about how much percent of my bandwidth I'm using just to stream the video. For 720, they recommend using at least, I think it's 1.5 bitrate. So if you're streaming in higher quality, you'll want to use at least 1.5. The lower quality you can get away with probably streaming at 1000 kilobits per second. But for me, being at a 5 megabyte upload, I use 2. Resolution, just leave this as default stage resolution. I'll explain it later. Basically, the resolution that you set for what your stream is going to be uh, will always be the stream resolution. So I don't know if that made any sense, but if you have it, if at the view up here, wait, oh, I'll just show you here after a little bit. Anyways, audio encoding format. If you're using the light version, you're probably not able to change this, and same with the codec, you're probably not able to change that. If you are and you have the full version, go ahead and change it to the 44.100 kilohertz 16-bit stereo, and bitrate, just depending on, it's going to use more bandwidth if you have a higher bitrate, but 320,000 is probably, that is the highest bitrate you can be, and that's actually the same as like a WAV file format. That's how, it's going to be a lossless quality. So I usually record my audio at that, just because if you have, audio that is, not very pleasant to listen to, how many people are actually going to review your stream. So anyways, also at the bottom you see automatically record broadcast and interleave audio and video in one RTMP channel. I have those both unchecked. So from there you'll click OK. If you're unsure of your bitrate, your upload speed, if the setting that you're using, 2.0, if that's going to be okay, you can go to test bandwidth. I'll go ahead and do that real quick. It'll run a little transmission test, and basically it's testing it to the Dallas server, since I selected Dallas as my location. So it takes a little while, but basically it's gonna, after it does this, it's gonna go ahead and start showing you how many kilobytes per second, on average that you're able to run. At the end of the test, you're either going to see a yellow, red, or green light. Yellow means you might be able to do it. What I've found is yellow, you're probably going to be able to do it. Green, you'll always be able to do it. Red, you ain't going to be able to do it. So if you got your max bitrate way too high, it's going to give you a red. If you have it, low, see, and I got a green. So I'm okay to run at 2,000 kilobytes per second. So from here we'll click OK, and now my Justin/TwitchTV account is set up, so I'll just click OK. Okay, the next step before you add anything to your screen, you want to go to view, you want to go to resolution. Now resolution, you may have these listed. You may have the 360, 480, 720. That's my desk or my computer resolution for the monitor, and you will have 1080p. You may not have these listed. If you don't, just go to edit resolutions, and you can go and actually select the ones you want. Now the ones you want, I have 360p, so pretty much all the P's you're gonna select. One thing you will not select is this right here, the 432p. I don't have that selected, so I would just leave that unchecked. I got the 480p, and then from 480 it goes 720p, and then my desktop screen resolution 1600 by 900, and then I also got the 1080p, the 1920 by 1080. So you check those, click apply, and click OK. So it'll list your resolutions that you checked in here. Now for video games, like I said, my computer is not very strong, so I generally record at this resolution, the 480p. Frame rate, if you have the registered version, you can do a custom, and you can do 29.97 or 30 frames per second. If you have the light version, you're only allowed to go up to 25 frames per second, which is fine. You will notice a little less quality in your stream, but it should still be fairly viewable. Transition, that's just basically when you're switching from scene to scene. In XSplit, you can switch scenes. So on scene 1, if you had your title screen, say you're streaming 24/7, and you had the title screen for your channel, you know, like state your name, has your logo, your name, you know, whatever, a picture. And then on scene 2, you would have, you know, the actual desktop, you know, of what you're capturing, maybe the game. But anyways, I'll get into that here in a little bit. Transition, that's just going to be your transition from switching from scene to scene. You can also change the speed. Projector, screen 1, I'm not exactly sure what significance that has, but that's how it is. Another thing that is very important too, scale viewport. Okay, right now I'm on actual, so this is the actual screen resolution of 480p. This is what it looks like at max resolution. When you are streaming, you do not want to have it set at actual. You do not want to have it set at any of these. In my opinion, and in the test I've done, if you have it set on 10, it's going to shrink it way down so you can't even see what you're recording. But you know, if you're recording and it's in the background, why do you even need to see? You know, it just doesn't make sense. So I usually turn it down to view, scale, viewport 10%, and that just seems to use less resources of my computer. But anyways, I'll go back to actual to show you guys what I'm going to do. So from there we have everything set up. You got your broadcast, your Justin TV, your account should show up here because you've already added your channel. You've also changed your resolution to whatever suits you best. If you're running a computer similar to mine, that really doesn't have very fast processor speed, you're probably going to want to run at 480p. You might tweak around and see what you can do. Frame rate, you're probably going to run on one at 25 to 30. So you got your TV channel there. Now we got to add something to here because this is showing what you're broadcasting. So to start out, I'm going to go to, and if you're using the light version, you're only able to add screen, region, and maybe camera, I think. So from here you want to click and drag and select the whole region. So now it shows your whole desktop. Now it shows your whole desktop, but it's only probably about 1/4 the size of the actual what people are seeing on their screen. So what you want to do is you want to resize it and make it the full size. So from here you have what this is. Now if I was going to go to broadcast Justin TV and click on that, it'll broadcast this right here, okay? Another thing too is you will notice I have my microphone disabled. That's simply for the fact I'm recording this program. I'm recording this through a different program to show you guys exactly how to do it, and I found out if I have this on, it for some reason cancels out the audio from my other program. So I have that disabled. You will probably have that enabled if you want to have microphone commentary. So we got our screen region set up. Pretty much from here, I tell you what. Let's go ahead and launch World of Warcraft. And when you launch World of Warcraft or any other game, you will probably, when you log in, you will have an actual option to how you want to have your resolution set up, whether it be full screen. Yeah, and as you can see, my Death Knight is kind of ugly right now. So, anyways, let's go back, and I will go to options. As you can see here, you have display mode. You can either do windowed full screen, windowed, or full screen. Now, I recommend windowed full screen, and that's just so it'll actually record this screen. Now as you can see, I have all my graphics set fairly low. That's also to prevent from frame rate dropping while I'm recording. So I mean, it still looks pretty nice on a lower setting, but anyways, that's the settings I have. So anyways, I have it windowed, and what that does is that'll allow me to capture the game. That'll be the view on here. Now, say you wanted to capture, say you have the full version and you wanted to actually capture the full game, like running through full screen and running through DirectX. You launch it up, and there's a couple different things you can do. Once it launches, I'll show you. Alt tab, it'll take you back to where you can view your windows. Now, as you can see, I have it showing in the background my WoW, so it's selecting the whole screen. Now, if you weren't running it on options windowed mode, say you're running it on full screen, what you would have to do is press Alt tab. It'll take you back here, and you can go to add, and you can actually go to add game. Now when you click add game, now you have to have the full version to do this, but when you click add game, you can click wow.exe, and that's where your WoW is at, and you can click that. Now when you click that, that'll just do the full view of the game, and it'll even capture it through the DirectX program. If you have that, you don't need to do the screen region. You can actually remove the screen region and just do the game. If you're using the light version, this option will not be available, and you will have to do the screen region. So you'll add screen region, and then go ahead and select the full screen. Just click and drag, and then it'll bring it up again, and there you go. Resize it to the full screen, and before I start broadcasting, what I actually want to do is go to scale viewport, go to 10%, and it'll show you 10% down here. And then from there, I'm going to click broadcast and click on my channel, Justin TV Dirty Z, and from there it's showing you that you are streaming. Right now I have 0 viewers. It shows you your bit rate, yada yada yada. So from there I just minimize and just run my game as usual. So anyways, that is the end of the tutorial. If you guys have any questions, comments, feedback, whatever, feel free to leave a message. I'm also going to be looking at starting a live stream channel soon in the near future, so it would mean a lot to me if you guys subscribe to my channel. Also, if you're interested in checking out the quality that I stream at, you can go to www.twitch.tv/dirty, and that's DIRTEEZ 125, and that'll take you to my live stream channel. If I'm streaming, it'll show a live stream. If I'm not, you can look at my past videos. So yeah, so take a look at my past videos, and if that's something that looks like it would be a respectable resolution for you to stream at, good. Like I said, a lot of this is trial and error, so you might have to tweak some things, but for the most part, that's my settings, and that's what I'm using for a lower end computer. And I hope this video was, gave you guys plenty of information to get your live stream up, and look forward to hearing from some of you guys soon. So I'll end it on that note. I want to thank you guys for paying attention and listening to me, and peace out.